Let's do this. Welcome back to the Hunger Games. District 1 is Norm. Sorry, this is my throat. I'm gonna go slowly. If you remember last time, Norm was the winner of my Hunger Games 12. So, you probably know. I'm not. Damn it. I'm not gonna say much. But he's the first PvZ character to actually won a Hunger Games. I'm surprised. And then we got B Rolly. I don't really know much about 13 cards, so I just had to skip. District 2, it's Darlin. He's from the, you probably definitely know who's Darlin, so I'm not gonna say where he's from because most of you here knows who's Darlin. He has this card. He's similar to like his brother Gumball, but not much. I don't know, since I don't really watch Amazing World of Gumball a lot. This is Eric. I don't know who this guy. Neither the show, so I just gonna leave it out. District 3 is a Cobra. Yes, a real life Cobra. It's, well, I remember adding a real life turtle last time, so this isn't the first time, so I'm not surprised. I think but since it's a snake, some sort of in the 6 species, I don't know cobras are poisonous or not, but they're since snakes are usually, while most snakes are usually attack one. Next up is Trevor from Toon Fence. Well, I don't know who is. I try to start getting to know Toon Fence, but matter of fact, I still don't know who is. Next up is District 4 is Barack from Pokemon. Cause complete the whole trio, Ash, Misty, and Burr. And alongside him is an ant. Yes, just a random ant. I don't think it's going to do much, but I will be surprised if it actually goes pretty far. Like, I would be surprised if it led to 10th place or higher, because that's a freaking ant. What is an ant going to freaking do? Well, yes, it can bite people, and yes, it can also steal food. But I don't know what's going to happen, because that's a freaking ant. Anyways, District 5 is Dr. Jr. He's from that one show that I barely even know, similar to like the other one. And by the way, most of these characters here, I don't know why are they. This is Dr. Jr. from AI Sponge. I don't know what the hell is AI Sponge, but it's just an AI version of SpongeBob, and Dr. Jr. is a villain. So, and alongside him is Grayson from Jitterun. District 6 is Darkrong, a Pokemon character. Well, looks like beginning. And we also got Kling. I don't really know much about Motor Drones, but appears that she's a villain. District 7 is Mazro. I don't know even much about Demon Slayer to begin with. But we also got Niles from SNG4. Well, at least we got some SNG4 characters in this. Anyways, District 8 is, you know him, we love him, Steak. He's over here. But we also need to have Law by Mike. Steak and Law by Mike are... Steak has some... But Stick has some interesting things about him, which is, how am I supposed to say it? Well, he can be called an egg, and there's some other stuff and he also is friends with Pat God. Comment down below should I add Pat God in the Hunger Games too? I mean, the next Hunger Games, yeah. And Law by Mike, well, even though he's a lawyer, I don't think he's gonna do much. Well, he's also the one that also team up with Slep and some of the Roblox and team up with Slep and other people to defeat Roblox to stop Roblox from making bad stuff. We also got and District 9 is Shinko. I don't know what the hell is that character. I don't know what is his anime. I just add him because and we got an entire planet, Pluto. Like, I'm not even kidding. An entire freaking planet? How's it gonna freaking die? District 10 is, well, the person didn't even say which Jeffy, so I choose Jeffy from SML because he's the most famous. But since we got Law by Mike, I also need to have Phoenix Rife. Is that how you pronounce his name? But nah, he's a lawyer from a video game. Now we got but finish off this list, I add 4 female characters. I bet all of you gooners out there are gonna freaking like this character. By the way, I'm not a gooner, by the way. So I just add this character because, well, there's a lot of gooners. We got Pura. Yes, I'm not even kidding. I just add her because I want to see how many gooners will appear. But we also got My Melody, because after all, I remember adding Hello Kitty or Kitty White because Kitty White is her real name. But since we also got Kurimi, and last of these female characters is Kanchiro from Mother 3. But since she is my Mother 3, she's a part of this Lucas's group. Let's go. As the tribute stand at the podiums, the horn sounds. Shin-Ku runs away from the cornucopia. Barack, Karomi, and Darlin get into a fight. Darlin triumphantly kills them both? Boy, this is a lot more faster than I expected. Sorry about that. If you're wearing if you wear any earpiece, I'm sorry because there's something in my throat. Anyways, Atro runs away from the cornucopia. My Melody runs away with a lighter and some rope. Mezu takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Cobra runs away from the cornucopia, runs into the cornucopia and hides. Ant runs away from the cornucopia. Jeffrey scares Steak away from the cornucopia. Eric runs away from the cornucopia. Norm such as a parasite. Law by Mike runs away from the cornucopia. B. Rolly snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Pura finds a backpack full of explosives. What? Phoenix Rife runs away from the cornucopia. Derek runs away from the cornucopia. Gerson finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Pluto finds Trevor hiding in the cornucopia, but Trevor kills him. How did bro even kill an entire planet? How did bro even kill a planet to begin with? Dr. Jr. finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Cherry runs away from the cornucopia, and Niles finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Day 1. Kurochiro receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. B. Rolly receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Senku attacks Cobra, but he manages to escape. Jeffrey diverts Man Melody's attention and runs away. Darlin, Norm, Dr. Jr., and Purah raid Niles Campbell. He's hunting. That's a big team. Mazel bashes Phoenix Rife and ambushes Phoenix Rife and killing him. Bro is out that early. By the way, I have my throat is kind of so yeah, be aware of that. Eric received medical supplies from an unknown sponsor and convinces Saya not to kill him, only to kill her instead. Looks like an ant use his brain. Law by Mike Construction Shack. Cherry steals from Dark Roof while he isn't looking. And Gray's son defeats Steak in a fight but spares his life. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Barak. District 4. Kuromi. District 12. Pluto, District 9. Phoenix Wright, District 10. And Seon, District 6. Night 1. N is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. B. Rolly starts a fire. Purah bashes Love by Mike's head against the rock several times. Are you kidding me? Mezzo let Daraco into his shelter. Man Melody and Cynical hold hands. Dr. Junior questions his sanity. Eric receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Darla says that camp for the night. Niles throws a knife in Dakota's head. Grandson cries himself to sleep. Norm cooks his food before putting his fire out. Colblack defeats Trevor in a fight but spares his life. I think that Colblack in real life would just kill him. Jeffrey questions his sanity. Well, he is dumb after all. And Steak passes out from exhaustion. Day 2. Mezzy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Darlin travels to higher ground. My Melody collects food from a tree. Norm runs away from Steak. Purah receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Trevor receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Eric practices his archery. 5 people. Let's see what's going to happen. Niles, B. Rolly, Shinko, and Colbert raids Dr. Jr.'s Campbell he's hunting. Jeffrey receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Dark Ray receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Winston explodes the arena. And Ant dies from thirst. Well, he's dead. 3 cannon shots came here in the distance. Law by Mike, District 8. Carancho, District 12. And Ant, District 4. Night 2. Dr. Jr. questions his sanity. B. Rolly shoots a poisonous blow dart into Grinson's neck, slowly killing him. Well, he's dead. That Tyrion character did. Darlin treats his wounds, tends to his wounds. Norm receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Jeffrey cries himself to sleep. Nezu tried to sing himself to sleep. Cobra legs Eric into his shelter. Steak starts a fire. Cinco dies from hunger. My Melody receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Niles lets Purah into his shelter. And Trevor's overpowers Darkwood, killing him. Well, looks like another Pokemon character did. Day 3. Steak begs for Dr. Jr. to kill him. He refuses, keeping Steak alive. Norm tries to spearfish with a trident. Eric begs for B. Rolly to kill him. He refuses, keeping Eric alive. Purah stalks Jeffy. What is she going to do to Jeffy? Niles travels to higher ground. Cherry overhears My Melody and Darling talk in the distance. Colbrag makes a wooden spear. How did bro even make a wooden spear? Bro doesn't have any. Oh wait, he has a tail. And Mezel receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Grinson, District 5, Shinako, District 9, and Darkroom, District 6. Night 3. Norm quietly hums. Jeffrey destroys Mezel's supplies while he's asleep. Terry sees a fire but stays hidden. My Melody looks at the night sky. Niles receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dr. Jr. lets Eric into a shelter. Para thinks about home. Stay questions his sanity. Darling cries herself to sleep. Colbrach receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. And B. Rolly thinks about winning. Day 4. B. Rolly makes a wooden slingshot. Darlin and Trevor hunts for other tributes. Niles shoots a poisonous blow dart into Dr. Jr.'s chest, slowly killing him. My Melody receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Eric crashes his sanity. Norm fishes. Jeffrey received an explosive from an unknown sponsor. He's very stupid to know what he's gonna do with it. Colbrach tried to sleep through the entire day. Pearl makes a wooden spear. Stake injures himself. And Mezco makes a wooden spear. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Dr. Jr. District 5. Night 4. Dr. Jr. Jeffrey quietly hums. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Eric, My Melody, Trevor, and Stake sleeps and shifts. Niles sets an explosion off, killing Pura and B-Rolly. Well, it looks like Niles blows up these two. Norm starts a fire. Colbrach cries himself to sleep. And Darlin and Muzzle run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Day 5. Colbrach, Stake, Niles, and Trevor hunts for other tributes. Darlin tried to spearfish with a trident. Jeffrey tried to spearfish with a trident. How is he able to use a trident? And Darlin isn't a fish. And Darlin isn't a fish your own kind as well. Why are you killing your own kind? And Jeffrey is that dumb. How the bro is that smart to use a trident? My Melody scares Mizzle off. How is bro even scared of My Melody? Norm defeats Eric in a fight but spares his life. Well, it makes sense cause basic zombie been through a war and this kid is just literally there. The 2 cannon shots can be heard at a distance. Pura, District 11. I bet all the down bad people are gonna cry. And B. Rolly, District 1. Night 5. Mazu fed Stake, Norm, and My Melody away from his fire. Colbrach sets off him for the night. Trevor quietly hums. Niles tends to Eric's wounds. Darlin loses sight of where he is. And Jeffrey receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. He doesn't want to have green beans. Colbrach, Darlin, Stake, and Jeffrey raids Norm's camp while he's hunting. What did Norm do to you guys? Eric and Trevor work together for the day. Niles scares Mizzle off. My Melody tried to sleep through the entire day. No cannon shots so far. Night 6. Trevor tends to his wounds. Eric cooks his food before putting his fire out. Darling stays awake all night. Colbrach, Niles, and Mizzle get into a fight. Niles triumphantly kills them both. Looks like an SNG4 character actually seems to be winning this. Norm loses sight of where he is. Jeffrey is awoken by nightmares. My Melody looks at the night sky. And Stake thinks about winning. The feast. The Cuddle Culprit plans for food, supplies, weapons, and memos for the Tribute families. Eric decides not to go to the feast. Trevor decides not to go to the feast. Norm decides not to go to the feast. Jeffrey destroys Darlin's memoirs out of spite. Niles stabs My Melody in the back of a trident. And Stake decides not to go to the feast. Day 7. Niles searches for a water source. Eric injures himself. Jeffrey makes a wooden spear. Steak and Darlin hunt for other tributes. And Trevor strangles Norm with a rope. Looks like Norming. Unfortunately, Norm ain't gonna go that far. But at least he still go far. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Colbrag, District 3. Mezzo, District 7. My Melody, District 11. And Norm, District 1. Let's go. Night 7. Yeah, this is right over there. Trevor thinks about winning. Niles tries to sing himself to sleep. Darling starts a fire. Steak cooks his food before putting his fire out. Jeffrey and Eric went into each other and set the truce for the night. Day 8. Darlin receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Wait, what? Jeffrey, Eric, and Trevor hunts for starts a fight, but Eric runs away as Jeffrey kills Trevor. Steak tried to sleep through the entire day, and Niles is pricked by thorns while picking berries. He's not dead. He just got pricked by some random thorns while he tried to get berries. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Trevor, District 3. Night 8. Steak overpowers Eric, killing him. Jeffrey and Niles run into each other and set the truce for the night. And Darlin cries himself to sleep. Day 9. Niles repeatedly stabs Steak with the death of a scythe. Darlin tried to spearfish or tried it again. And Jeffrey died trying to escape the arena. Well, he's that dumb to try to escape in the first place. An arena event. The arena is pitch black, so no one can see anything. Darlin trips on a rock and falls off a cliff? Hold up a second, give me a few seconds. 4 cannon shots can be heard at a distance. Eric, District 2, Steak, District 8, Jeffrey, District 9, and Darlin, District 2. And so that means Niles from District 7. The winner is Niles from District 7. This is probably the first SG4 character to win fair and square. Like, Niles out of all I'm surprised that Niles actually won the entire Hunger Games. His first. Bro has 8 kills. The most, literally, this is his lot. This is like so many. And most of the people down there, which are Karomi, which are wait, give me. And the bottom 6 literally has no kills. Well, bro only has 8 kills. Like, bro has so many. And I'm also surprised that Trevor actually made it this far, and also has 3 kills under his belt. And then Anda got only 1 kill, and he's this below. LOL. But still, Niles wins, and he's good with it. Bye now.